Hi everyone, I'm Angie Bailey,
And I'm Aurora Newton.
and this is Ask the A-Team.
And this morning we want to talk to you about the predator types that we mentioned in a previous segment. There's so many different types. Someone known to you, which is something that Angie talked about. We have a violent abductor, which we also talked about that. We also have the persuasive predator. And that's something that we're just going to hang on right now, is that persuasive person. And it doesn't just have to be a predator. Sometimes there are people in your lives that'll just keep at you and keep at you and keep at you. Maybe your kids. Oh, come on, Mom, please, please. Oh, my children are so good at that. I hope you're watching today. They're so good at working me, even as adults. And we have to learn to set those boundaries. I know your kids can work you too, can't they, Angie?
Oh, man. You know, especially my little boy. My daughter
so
doesn't do it
cute.
but he's cute, and he uses it for
He
his
gets away
advantage,
with
and
it,
he has
yes.
his daddy's brown eyes, and I'm kind of a sucker for those. So, yeah.
He looks at you with those
Mommy.
eyes.
And he knows when he does
Yes.
it.
You just want to give him everything. And that's really what a persuasive predator will do.
Yeah.
They will start out that way. Oh, come on, I just want to help you. Let's say that you're taking your packages to your car and you're just, juggling them and someone comes up and they want to help you. And you get that sense, you get that discernment, that intuition that something's just not right. And you say, no, thank you. Use your most important weapon. No, thank you. I do not need your help. And then they push. Oh, come on. What's the matter? I'm not going to hurt you. What's the matter with you? And it goes on and on to the next thing you know, they're pushing and pressing at you. And by that time, they've engaged so much that they've been able to get really close to you. So persuasion, someone that's very persuasive, you need to stop, you need to think about it. You talked about it with your grandma, with the Publisher Clearinghouse.
Yeah. And so she was really disappointed when she found out she didn't. But that was one of the things. Like if it's a legitimate thing, if they really want to help, if that person that wants to help you carry those things, if they feel like you are uncomfortable, they'll step back and say, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I was just trying to help you."
That's right.
But that if they're actually a predator, they'll keep pushing and pushing and pushing for information. Like with my grandmother,
That's right.
They got very upset with her. They tried to get her flustered. And that's what they'll do. She actually had another, and this is what concerns me, and this is not something that's new, but this is something that they count on. She actually recently had another phone call. They called her and they said, Grandma Jewel, this is your grandson. Now my grandmother only has one grandson, that's my brother. And she said, "No, I know my grandson's voice, and it's not you. And my grandchildren don't call me grandma, call her mama." And so so she recognized that right away. But that's another thing is they'll call and act like there's somebody else. They'll try to play on your emotions.
Yes, absolutely.
On some of your maybe some of your frailties. Maybe they'll count on maybe you not having all of your senses about you, or try to fluster you, play on your emotions, grandma, or grandpa, or I'm in trouble. There's all kinds of things, even with social media, has even posed.
There are all kinds of manipulations, and that should be a clue to you. If someone's really pressing you, then you need to step back and you need to think about that, because that's what a bully does. That's what a predator will do.
Yes.
They will press you, and not to say that your children are bullies, but they will press you too. And if you can set those boundaries now, if you can stand firm now, then you'll not only teach your children how to stand firm, but you'll also be able to stand firm if a situation like that comes up.
Absolutely.
And yeah, it's so important to protect yourselves. And again, we talk about this so much. We don't want you to be paranoid. We want you to be prepared and prudent. We want you to be safe and smart. We want you to live a life free like we live. I make jokes. I'm like, someone wouldn't dream of coming near me because I walk confidently. I carry myself. Not that like I want to kick somebody's butt, but that I'm a confident person. Yeah,
that would be fun.
That would be funny. Angie would like to see that. Me and Jason can go at it now.
I'll pop some popcorn.
It is so important, and that's why we talked about the persuasive predator today, because those persuasive people that really want to push you in your life, that's a clue. You need to tell them to stay back. Well, we're going to sign off again for today. Thank you so much for coming. We hope you learned something.
Yeah, we hope this is helpful for all of you.
Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.